All the hot sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all in nothing, don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can. Yeah. Super fly for the dumbos. Plenty slides like a shuffle. Hit the cadence for my young. Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean. About the old with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run the Gucci slides. That bet you say you didn't never. I'm a stab, no. Jackie Chan, no travel. Can't clean it with the beat. Dripping from the. No, not me. I can never be the one you want to stuff for. Money, never machine.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. Big hold of the 30. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. And all the way down to the 5. A big play there on the first play of the game. 76 yards. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back, and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead, it works opposite.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Carr now on third and goal. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. On second down, Freeman. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
They run. Devontae Freeman. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
Not only was it a double move route, it was the dreaded post corner for any defensive back, because you think that he's going all the way to the post in a deep route, and then he breaks it off to the corner. That's hard to flip your hips and get there.
Well, he didn't flip him in time. Big play. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman, down right around the 25. And Marquell Lee with a stop defensively.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
Hey, Tuesday. 20.
Now Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 28 yards. And the Falcons are in for 6. Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Oakland Raiders taking the field again here. You wonder how this 0-3 start to the season is affecting their head coach, John Gruden. And you know this a lot better than me, he's a fiery competitor. He didn't envision this the first 3 weeks.
No, of course he didn't, but he also knew that maybe the job is a little bit tougher than maybe what people gave credit for. It'd be a little bit of a rebuild. Now, they've made some moves along the way that people would say, hey, what was that? You know, Khalil Mack being traded. But all in all, he's trying to build this thing from the ground up again to make it sustainable. So they've got some big games coming up. None bigger than the Cleveland Browns coming to town. Now a Browns team with a lot of confidence after getting their first win in a long, long time.
Yeah, all of a sudden, that's no longer a gimme. Carr. They'll roll him out right. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. Last week against Miami for Jordy Nelson, he finally showed up to the party. Weeks 1 and 2, just 5 catches, really dormant, but he exploded, didn't he?
Yeah, he certainly did. 6 catches, 173 yards, and the first touchdown for him in a silver and black uniform after 69 as a Green Bay Packer. Remember back in preseason?
Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Marshawn Lynch, 40 yards. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. From the shotgun, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. So out come the Raiders. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And Nelson's got it here right side. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 32 that time.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this.
You're mine. Single receiver.
From the gun, it's Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jordy Nelson, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That goes for a gain of 31. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. On third down, that's Coleman. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Now Ryan on first down. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, it's Ryan. Drops it off for Coleman. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. On third down, Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Emmanuel Lamur coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 36 yards out. And Bryant's kick is good. That's it. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team.
He's got a man complete. And he finally goes and not before reaching the 21. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 52 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman from 21 yards away. And the Falcons are in for 6. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Here's Harris to return it. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw his Carr. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and it's 3rd and 4.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He finds Roberts, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down. Carr now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run. He'll let this. That's caught at the 25. A gain of 32 that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people play.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Again, they'll run with Freeman. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. to throw on third down. Ryan, it's caught. Jones. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The gain of 39 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Freeman again. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Arden Key, the ex-LSU Tiger there on the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ryan keeps it on the sneak. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. Back now in the East Bay. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Pitch to Freeman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the night, and the Falcons will extend their lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw deep right. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Marcus Gilchrist there to bring him down. Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves. Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our show. And that's caught inside the 30. And at the end of it, he stripped. Ball comes loose. And the Raiders have recovered.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. It's a room to maneuver. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Marshawn Lynch, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
This one taken from the 7. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here.
And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give him 30 yards there. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They toss to Freeman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know, in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Caught by Sanu. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Here we go. It's Ryan on fourth down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Here's Bosher to kick it away. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for